joining us, scout for the Detroit Red Wings. I'm still trying to get a tryout. Still fishing. Throwing it out there. Bryce Thoma joining us. Also, Memorial Cup winner with the Red Deer Rebels when it was hosted by Regina. Bryce, you got some fond memories of this city.
Yeah, I always loved the Agrodome, everything except the ice, maybe.
No, it comes and goes. But why we have you on here, Western Canada Professional Hockey Scouts Foundation, set to celebrate Indigenous hockey here in Regina, September 30th, in conjunction with National Truth and Reconciliation Day. Just a great event. We talked with Ross Mahoney a while back about this and the plans to have this go on. Maybe just tell us a little more about it, how this is all coming together, and who should be kind of taking part in this.
Well, it started years ago, essentially a startup banquet to honor and put together a Hall of Fame of scouts. For those that don't know, you can't go to the NHL Hockey Hall of Fame as a scout. You know, you have to graduate to management positions. So there's a lot of guys that put in a lot of years scouting that never really got recognized. So that's how this kind of started out. We've had events in Okotoks in the past. One was a roast of Ron McLean. Then we went this year, we're going to have in July 29th, we're having the Sutter brothers up there. And then that followed by the September 30th event in Regina with Jordan Tutu, Brian Trottier, Tiger Williams, DJ and Dwight King, Rich Pilon, Ron Delorme, and John Nasty Morasti.
What an event.
Just out of curiosity, what is the total penalty minutes of this crowd? Like, are we over 10,000? Like, that's what I'm looking for. Is this over 10,000 PIMs?
Well, Tiger would have a lot. I know that.
Yeah.
And if you ever saw Ronnie Delorme go toe-to-toe with Jamie McCowan, you know he had a couple.
Yeah, he wasn't scared. Yeah, he was in the mix all the time. So, yeah, there's some numbers there.
It'll be a safe venue.
Nobody's robbing, like a golf course in Alberta. Don't get cheeky. Yeah, you might end up hurt.
Exactly. Good word, by the way. Good West Side word, cheeky. But Bryce, how do people, if they're thinking, there's probably going to be tables for sale for this, silent auction, kind of walk through some of that stuff?
Yeah, so we usually run it as like a hot stove. In the past, we've had Dennis Bayak run that, and be the MC. We got a website, hockeyscoutsfoundation.com. You can just click on the event. Opportunity to buy individual tickets or tables. September 30th at the Connexus Art Center, 6 to 10 p.m. And it's just kind of our initial push out there to get the ball rolling.
That's that hot stove, like just the speaking and listening to some of those guys.
Yeah, it's just the intimacy. Yeah. Like it's like we're all having beers in the basement.
Yeah. Well, yeah. A real tough basement. Real tough basement. But what about silent auction? Like is that going to come together? I'm sure there's going to be, a number of jerseys and different things like that.
Yeah, and our plan would be like we'd probably do a package of all the speakers together, so that would be kind of either a silent auction or, an actual formal one. And then obviously that's something we do with different packages, like there might be golf packages, and also, based on, maybe Ross Mahoney can get his hands on an Ovechkin jersey, those kind of things. We're hoping we can pull out of the woodwork to make the event a little more special that way.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
He
knows a guy.
Yeah. He's tight with a few guys. And then all this money though that's raised here with the Western Canada Professional Hockey Scouts Foundation, it's always good put to good causes.
Yeah, it is. So we've got a rotating wall screen in Okotoks at the rink there that kind of gives us a brief synopsis on every scout, where they scouted. It goes to that. Also, every scout that's inducted into the Hall of Fame, they get a nice big belt buckle, kind of symbolize Western Canada. but then also like the goal of the foundation is to, assist and aid former scouts, whether they've fallen on hard times, if they addiction issue or what have you, just to help out. But also wherever we go and do these things, we always leave money back in the community as a donation to something that, as a gesture of goodwill and thanks, and someone who needs that little boost.
Yeah, I know. Like they were talking kids sport and Ranch Airlo and inner city hockey, and there's so many things here in Regina. Now you had a scouting question.
I did have a scouting question. Yes. So before we get off this topic, recent announcement by McKenna to go to Penn State. So now instead of playing junior hockey, he's going to be playing against guys 20 to 24 years old night after night, not playing as many games. Do you think this will change where he appears to be in the draft standings?
Oh, that's a tough question. He's obviously a great player. He's succeeded at every level he's played. He's been a great player all the way up. It's tough to say based on the season he had, but obviously he'd been a high pick this year if he didn't have a late birthday. So he's a good player. With the rules opening up, it definitely gives the players a little more choice and selection as to where they're going to go. Obviously, historically, 17-year-olds usually play in the Western Hockey League because they're not graduated high school. But once you've graduated high school, these players have another avenue to explore, and it'll probably take 2 or 3 years for everything to wash out and kind of be a little bit more normal. But he's a good player, and good players usually always find a way to produce.
All right, Bryce.
Good answer.
That was really good. Ken, now just to wrap it up, though, we're going to be talking about this a lot because Harvard and the SportsCage, we're going to be supporting this. Again, just the website, if people are kind of maybe starting to think, oh, this is something that I kind of want to take in September 30th. What's the website? Where do people go for more information?
More information, just all the information on our website, hockeyscoutsfoundation.com. We've got all the social media links and all that stuff on there. But for tickets and the main info, just hit events and scroll to the Regina one, and it'll all pop up there for you.
All right. Thanks for doing this, my man, and I'm sure we'll be in touch. Really looking forward to the event.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you.
It. I thought I was coming on the radio. You got me on TV.
You still look good. Hey, you haven't aged. Look at your 2001. Right on. See you, Bryce. Bryce Thoma.